This is the future.
As you all know, Digital Extremes are reworking the Eximus units. There are two main goals. One is enhancing their visual and mechanical functions to be more identifiable in combat, and two is amplifying their threat with increased time to kill, accompanied with justifying rewards. The developer showcased this new bullet sponge feature called Overguard, which is a new health pool on top of their regular stats that must be removed before players can take down their health, shields, and offers additional immunities to the Eximus, making them a priority target in missions. While Overguard is active, it will keep Eximus units immune to Warframe crowd control abilities and anything that will stagger, knock down, stun, mind control, ragdoll, and blind. Additionally, overguarded enemies will be unaffected by radiation status effects and will be susceptible to a maximum of 4 cold status effects at one time. However, Overguard is particularly susceptible to void damage, which will overall improve the flow and synergy between Warframe and operator combat flow when engaging with Eximus units. This will encourage you to engage with them more interactively as opposed to easily overpowering them with abilities alone. It should shift the focus of fighting Eximus units to using a mixture of weapons and teamwork, and make Eximus units feel like more of a true threat to Warframes. Overguard is an additive amount independent of enemies' health, shield scaling, and is indicated with a bar over top of their existing health, shields. With the goal of making Eximus units more consistent in terms of difficulty, Overguard will scale by level but will be the same amount across all Eximus enemy types. Once an Eximus has their Overguard taken out, they will be fully susceptible to crowd control abilities. An important note for Hound Companion's null audit functionality: Hounds will now copy Eximus auras, as opposed to stealing. If an Eximus with active Overguard is struck by a Hound wielding a copied Eximus ability, they will strip the Eximus Overguard by 50%. Overguard was introduced as a means to make Eximus units feel more formidable, while also providing a way to crush their defenses with some solid teamwork and concentrated firepower. With the addition of Overguard, some abilities will lose their crowd control capability against Eximus units. These include Skroma's Effigy, Sentry, Xaku's Gaze, Garuda's Seeking Talons, Mirage's Sleight of Hand, Mirage's Prism, Korra's Ensnare, Volt's Discharge, Baryuk's Lull, Harrow's Condemn, Excalibur's Radial Blind, Ivara's Quiver, Sleep Arrow, Revenant's Reeve, Revenant's Mesmer Skin, Inaro's Desiccation, and the waifu Warframe's Sea Snares ability. Now, some players are panicking and saying that Overguard and Guardian Eximus could be a problem for the game as it will somehow limit the amount of builds we can actually use, making already weak builds even weaker, and making those meta ones even stronger and popular. While I can understand their concerns, but the Eximus levels shown in the showcase wasn't even Steel Path levels, and I'm pretty sure that the weapons that were used in those showcases are not properly min-max. I have seen bullet sponge enemies before and it can easily be dealt with melee weapons or bunch of stuff that can deal massive damage. While the argument is true that it will solidify the status of meta weapons, but I can't see a loot a game that has no meta stuff on it. Eximus units after rework will have a place in the game by giving challenging encounters to players, but I still don't think that it would be as tough as the bullet sponge enemies before Digital Extremes removed the armor scaling of enemies. Take note that they even said that health, shields, and armor for Eximus now all scale faster at higher levels up to a point where it eventually flattens out and doesn't scale exponentially. This only means that the Overguard will just serve as a second health for the Eximus unit, so you just need to hit them twice as harder. The thing I really love about this rework is the visual cues on each Eximus and how you can actually determine one easy or after the rework. Long story short, you don't wander anymore in the map looking for the energy leech unit, as you can just see it and even avoid being energy leech by evading those area of effect it throws at you. And like the Overguard feature, yet another meta ability will strive more during the Angels of Zariman update. I'm talking about Banshee's Silence ability. It is noted that Banshee's Silence will now negate any active Eximus abilities and prevent any Eximus abilities from being cast while it is active. Guardian Eximus shields, and their area of effect resistance, toxin clouds from Venomous Eximus, or the Arctic Dome from the Arctic Eximus will all be disabled. Talk about poggers. Probably, Banshee will be very reliable in the update, but then again, do remember that Banshee's Silence is a subsumable ability wherein it can be used in many different ways. It's very reliable in solo leveling. Also works with acolytes as it also disables their abilities, and now, silence being able to disable the Eximus units using their abilities means that silence will be more of use compared to the Warframe. I'm not saying here that it's a bad thing, but all I'm trying to do is inform you that some of the meta after the Angels of Zariman update will not go away. Instead, they will thrive more, and let's just face the fact that meta things in Warframe won't be gone. All we can do is enjoy them, and if you are tired of doing it, then just try out something else. Mind you, these are not the only meta which will become even more powerful and useful during the Angels of Zariman update. There are plenty, and let's try to discuss them on the next video. If you haven't joined our Discord server yet, by the way, then go check out the link below, as I'm very active playing with guys in my server and also discussing Warframe related stuff and other games that we love to play. Now, I would also want to hear your thoughts about the Eximus unit changes, and do you agree with the changes, or do you have something in mind? Also, what do you think Digital Extremes are trying to imply when they said that they would make Eximus encounter rewarding, new loot, or the same old ones with increased drop chance? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.